There we are. Another random edition. This is number 2. Now this one's an older DVD that I have. Actually, I think it's from the first year DVDs came out, from 1998. Then this might shock people that I'm talking about it, but hey, I did like this movie. In fact, I loved it. And I don't care who knows it. I know it's got the floating heads, all the chaos on it, but in the end, it is a damn good horror movie. I think. They went a little bit in a different direction than all the rest of those teeny bopper horror movies back then in the 90s. And had a few whacked out kids in it. Disturbing behavior. Yeah, so this edition came out when it came out. This movie was made in 98. Yeah, 1998. So the edition came out that year. And I bought it. Back then. Yeah, I remember this was one of the first ones. Yeah, it was after the Gladiator and Night of the Living Dead, and this might have been around the next purchase, I think. So it might have been one of my first DVDs. And of course, we got, you can see on the front, the floating heads, Chris. He won't see this video. I don't see him on YouTube too much anymore. Chris and Teresa I'm talking about. But he does make videos still, and I see them, but you remember the floating heads. Where's the floating heads? That's Katie Holmes, of course. Nick Stahl, fucking Terminator 3. I think it's Terminator 3 and that guy, James Marsden. That was the star of it. And, well, Katie Holmes and him, right? And the director is David Nutter. He made a kick-ass little teeny bopper horror movie. Probably the best one, in my opinion, out of that genre of horror movies back then. And oh yeah, there even has a little slip. That's a pretty cool cover there. That's what they did to them, the kids. Yeah. There's the back to that. I didn't realize there was a slip in there. And it comes in, I think it came in widescreen. Yeah, because it's widescreen and standard because it was back to back. And I've got the story about this one. At the time this came out, I knew a buddy back then that said, hey, why don't you come to a party I'm going to. One of my buddies, his sister was in a horror movie. And I'm like, okay. I didn't realize at the time. I think I've said this story before. His sister's in a horror movie. And it's not closing, but whatever. His sister's in a horror movie. And so I go to the party. I'm like, okay, well, then he goes, oh, there she is. Guess who? Guess who it is? I'm pretty sure you all know. It's the younger sister to the main star in the movie she was. That was her role in the movie. She didn't have a big role. Catherine Isabel. And so it was a party though. It was kind of like a yeah, hey type thing. You know, you meet. There's a group of people just going crazy. You know, they're all drinking and shit. And it was a quick one, like, hey, no shaking of the hands or anything. He didn't. And I think she actually said something about the movie, and she said something about being in another one. And I think that was actually Ginger Snap she was talking about. And at the time, I didn't clue in because I was hammered, and it's a shocker. And I didn't really piece the things together like throughout the years. And then I realized, holy shit, that was Catherine Isabel that I met, because I remember they said her name was, they called her Kate or whatever it was, and I didn't realize, I didn't piece it all together back then, and now I did, because the movie she was making was this one. She said she already had made it, so it was like in 99, I guess. 98 the movie came out, but this was a year after when I met her. It had been in the theaters and everything, but I met her for like a second. She said a couple things about the movie, and that was it. And actually, there's a rumor she might be at the Roomwork Festival of Fear with the Soska Twins this year for that. It was American Mary she made with them, and I still haven't seen it. I gotta watch that. Might have to watch that on Netflix if it's on there. But yeah, so she was in that. She's in Disturbing Behavior. Now everybody's thinking Catherine Isabel with Disturbing Behavior. It was her, the younger sister in the movie. I don't think even her name's on the back here. No, it was a small role. She was in a few scenes. She wasn't like in the major scenes. She was with the guy, right, the main star, the family, whatever it was, his family. And you're probably remembering her now. This is a great movie. I love the ending. I love the ending when William Sadler gets them all in the car and they go over the fucking the cliff there. Oh, that's just, it's a fun horror movie. You know, it's just total chaos. The favorite thing, and they get the minds of the kids. They try and turn them into things, but there's a few side effects. They're working on their brain. They're actually working on their brains, like trying to make them to be good, and when in fact they are more evil than you could think in the end. But yeah, it's great. I don't care who fucking knows it. It's a great fucking horror movie. And there you go. That is my random edition. Number 2, Disturbing Behavior. Rock you later.